What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. I've got another video for you guys today. I've been like churning out the videos this month. There's been several videos. I don't want to burn you guys out, and sometimes I feel like when I do too many videos in a row, that can possibly happen. But the response this month has just been overwhelming. So I'm going to keep making them if you're going to keep watching them. What I've got today, as I said, is an unboxing video. This is a 10 CD mystery box grab bag from Metallic Media, now I guess now known as Buchmiller Enterprises. If you followed this channel any amount of time, you've seen me do unboxings from Buchmiller Enterprises before. I love buying these grab bags. I don't get a ton of doubles usually, which is surprising because I've done so many of these little 10 CD mystery boxes. I actually did a 40 CD mystery box at one point. That is available on this channel if you want to go check that out. It was a pretty good uh, grab bag type deal in that one. It was definitely one of the better ones that I've gotten in quite some time. I think Metallic Media is kind of calling it quits. I think he's just liquidating his stock now, and I think that's pretty much going to be the end of it, which is kind of upsetting to me just because I found so many great albums and so much great material through Metallic Media over the years. Excuse me, just started the video and I'm already a little parched. So I guess I'm gonna just quit blabbing and get into opening this. One thing I will say is this was on sale for $14.99 and free shipping in the U.S. I mean, $14.99 for 10 CDs and free shipping. It was $1.50 a CD. You're not gonna find a deal like that anywhere. I don't know if they're still on sale for that price or not. I will link up in the description the link so you can go purchase one of these on eBay for yourself. Definitely go check it out. As I said, they've got a 40 CD option. There may be like a 20 or 30 CD option as well inside of his eBay store. If that's something that kind of tickles your fancy, then definitely go check that out. I'm going to shut up. I'm already 2 minutes in, and I haven't shown the first CD yet. So I know y'all want me to shut up and get into it, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. As always, it's packed in tight with a ton of packing peanuts. These packing peanuts are going to go everywhere when I dump these out. They're going to end up all over the floor. And although I think I'm going to pick them all up, my dogs will find some, undoubtedly find some later, and be trying to eat them. So I'm going to have to be wrestling them out of my dog's mouth and all that good stuff. Okay, 10 CDs. I don't hear anything, any loose teeth or anything jiggling around, so that's always a good sign. I will say that I complain about these packing peanuts every time I get one of these mystery boxes in. Sorry, I'm just kind of cleaning them up real quick, trying my best to clean them up. Um, but I rarely ever get cracked jewel cases or broken teeth or any of that type stuff through these grab bags. So definitely I can't complain too much about the packing peanuts other than the mess. Let's just get right into this. Looks like the first one is on Deathstorm Records. It came back. This is Pigspeed with a 25th century bloodshed. I'm not super familiar with Pigspeed. There's a part of me that is wanting to say that this is thrash metal with kind of some goofy vocals, if that makes any sense whatsoever. If my memory, I don't know, I'm getting older now. My memory tends to fail me more now than ever. But if I remember correctly, I'm wanting to say that this is thrash metal, and I'm wanting to, for some reason, Pigspeed. It just strikes me. I want to say it was thrash metal that had just some goofy vocals, but that I don't know. I could be wrong on that. That's all I know. But that it says it came out in 2014 on Deathstorm Records. Don't know much about that label either. This next one looks like it has a penis on the cover. It is OHMU with Hive mind. So I'm assuming that is not, maybe it's a caterpillar or some type of insect or butterfly. I have absolutely no idea what this is. It's like it's 7 tracks on Without Sunlight Productions. It was released in 2013 and apparently limited to 500 copies. As I said, I know absolutely nothing about this. It almost has that insect project vibe going on that Tribes of Neuro or Tribes of Neuron, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. They had that insect album. There was nothing. It was composed completely of insects, noises and stuff. They put that out several, probably 10 years ago now, at least 15 years ago. But this kind of has that vibe. I'm not saying that's what this is. I know absolutely nothing about that. As I said, it's OHMU with Hive Mind. No clue on that one. Next up is an album that I know what it is because I already own this, but it is a fantastic kind of death metal, filthy death metal. Got some blackened vibes going on with it as well. This is a Lammashta with Anonymous, The Curse of Lammashta. This is a band out of Brazil. This album came out about a year ago on, let's see, what, I forgot the label. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to, I can't read the font for the label. It's kind of hard to pick up that artwork on that, but this is just some dark, filthy death metal with some definite blackened vibes going on in this as well. As I said, this is a band out of Brazil. Fantastic stuff. If you haven't checked this out, then you ought to. I am probably going to put this up on some trade groups at some point, being as I already own it. Next up is another album that I actually already own. This is kind of some blackened thrash metal. This is Memorial with Enter My Megaron. This one tends to pop up in these type grab bags and mystery boxes quite often. So I'm not sure if this album was just super, super overproduced or what. The CD copies of this, I don't know if they're just, because it's not a bad album, but it seems to pop up in grab bags and mystery boxes all the time. So I don't know if it just didn't move or they just overproduced the physical copies on this. But it's still a pretty good album. I will be throwing this one up in a trade group as well. Next up, we have some black metal. This is on Dark Horizon Records, which is straight out of the frozen tundras of Indiana. But actually, this band is not from Indiana. I'm thinking they're from Italy. This is Natassievila with Iter, Lethalis. I just know that Dark Horizon is from Indiana. That's the only reason. So Dark Horizon actually has put out some pretty stellar releases. I don't think I've heard this particular album from Natassievila. Probably butchered the name on that, so I apologize if I did. But it definitely has that black metal vibe going there on that artwork. From what I remember, I think I did enjoy this band. As I said, I haven't heard that album from them though. It's been quite a while since I've listened to anything from them. Next up, we have another one that I'm just not familiar with. It almost has a new metal vibe going on from the artwork. I don't want to say that's what it is just because I don't know what it is. This is Kiju with Nothing to Play For. And as I've been doing for most of these videos, I'm just gonna, in the description, after I link up where you can pick up one of these grab bags or mystery boxes for yourself, I'm also gonna list all of these albums in order. That way, if you want to go back, you see something through the video that you want to check out for yourself. I know between my accent and my poor pronunciation skills, sometimes it's kind of hard to make out what the albums and stuff are. So I at least like to list them, band name and album title in the order that they're shown. That way you can kind of check them out for yourself if you see something that kind of piques your interest. Next up, we have a band I haven't thought about in a few years. This is Sarcasm. I'm wanting to say they're from Slovenia, of all places in the world. This is actually some really good thrash / speed metal. They have some speed metal vibes going on in their within the thrash metal. For what I remember, I really enjoyed this band. This is not an album that I heard. The one that I remember hearing, it came out probably 3 or 4 years ago. I want to say I can't remember the album title. I just remember it had some really goofy artwork on it, and I saw it on a stream, and I listened to it several times. I never pulled the trigger on buying it. If this is the same band, but I'm thinking from the logo, this is the same band that is from Slovenia. This is Sarcasm with Igra, Narave, and Divja Cree. Yeah, this artwork looks a lot better than the one that I remember. I've got this this mental picture in my head of the old artwork. I was hoping maybe it was on the back because it looked like they have a couple of CDs there on the back. This apparently is two separate releases mixed together, but I don't remember either one of those artworks that are on that. If I guess I'm just gonna have to look it up. Maybe I can put in the comments the one that I remember, because I just remember it had this kind of goofy, cartoonish artwork going on, but was surprisingly a really good album. So now I'm kind of stoked to check this one out, just because I'm so mildly familiar with this band. I'd like to hear some other works because I did enjoy that one release. Next up is another one that I already own. This may actually end up on my end of the year list. This is just some straightforward death metal out of Hungary, of all places. This is a Humugur with Bring Decay to an End. And as I said, this is just straightforward death metal. No, nothing new or out of the way on this, but it's just well performed, filthy death metal out of Hungary. This will end up going up for trade as well. And but I'm an advocate of this album, definitely, because as I said, it may end up on my end of the year list. It is that good. If you're into just straightforward death metal, then you need to check that out. Speaking, I was just talking about the goofy artwork from Sarcasm. This is the album. This is the one that I remember. I wanted to say that this has been out probably 4 or 5 years now, because it has been that long since I used to jam it. This is and the name of the album is Thrash. Now remember, I could not. I knew I had thrash metal going in my head, but this is Sarcasm with Thrash. As I said, this is Slovenian thrashy speed metal, thrash slash. This album actually is really good. They say don't judge a book by its cover. It has that goofy artwork that almost was a reason why I didn't listen to it before, and actually heard it by mistake. I want to say I heard it through YouTube, because I remember listening to it on YouTube over and over. This came out in 2014. I knew it had been out for about 4 or 5 years, but it is a stellar release. I love this album. I'm super stoked. I'm just happy. I think this getting this in, I know I probably could find it cheaper than $14.99, but just getting this for me makes the mystery box for me. And last up, we have some black metal. I'm wanting to say that this is from Brazil. There's several albums in here. It seemed like Italy and Brazil were the main two that were in this mystery box. This is Desgraca Eterna with Sombrio, Pacto, Escuridao, Eterna. And I'm wanting to say this came out last year, and the only reason I remember this album is because I remember laughing at the label when I saw that this came out. And the label, well, it's got 4 on the back of this. I'm hoping that I'm remembering this correctly. Yes, there's it's the label I remember this being on was Sanguine a Semen, which is a Blood and Semen Records. I actually took Portuguese in college, so I don't have as much trouble deciphering. I still can't speak it. I can't even speak English, so don't ask me to speak Portuguese, but I can actually read and interpret a little better than what I can speak it. And this one did come a little busted, unfortunately, but I do have some spare jewel cases. There we go with the inside. I'm going to show the back, and then I'm going to show the front again, because that's got some really stellar artwork on that front. So I want to say this is just Brazilian black metal, fantastic stuff. Came out last year. I want to say around May. I think it was around summertime of last year. At least that's when I either saw the little promotional thing that said Blood and Semen Records, and that's actually what led me to actually find that album. So, of all things. But 10 CDs, $14.99. Got some great stuff in there. That's all I've got for today. Actually waiting on the mailman to get here. I have some more stuff on the way. So definitely going to have a couple more videos this year, regardless, and the end of the year video. Hopefully I'll have that out before New Year's. Sometimes I barely get it out. Other times it's right after the beginning of the year. But definitely trying to narrow that list down. There's so much fantastic stuff. There's some 2019 albums that I'm still waiting on, that I've ordered, that haven't quite trickled in the mail yet. So hopefully they'll be here before too long, and I can really get in gear narrowing down this. I think I'm going to do a top 20 video for my favorite albums. But as I said, that's all I've got for today. I will link up Buchmiller Enterprises / Metallic Media in the description so you can go grab one of these. If they're still $14.99, you've got to get one of these. I mean, there's no reason not to. And that's all I got for today. So stay classy, stay metal. I will see you all very soon. I promise.